So Google Stadia has officially launched. Let's talk about it. This product's been around for a while, and a lot of people have been pretty much split down the middle when it comes to what exactly is Google Stadia going to do, how it's going to function, and whether or not this is even going to work. But today, November the 18th, 2019, it is officially out to the consumer, and we're getting a lot of really mixed reviews. There's certain places and certain sites that get good service with it, and there's certain people that have bad experiences with it. So let's go over a little bit on what I'm seeing on Twitter. Here's what Paul Tassi said in his article talking about his experience with Google Stadia. There was one central question: would it even work? I've spent the last week discovering that, at least for me and my own Google Stadia setup, the answer to that question is a resounding no. So we're already a sentence into this paragraph, and it's already looking pretty spooky when it comes to Paul Tassi's experience with Stadia. So let's continue. I am generally amazed with how shockingly bad Stadia has performed at my home over the course of many sessions. The biggest thing I was worried about when in terms of Google Stadia is how exactly would this work at your house? Obviously, if you go to any event, you should know that these are controlled environments. These are set up to benefit them in the long run. It's not necessarily how this would work if you was at home. And it looks like right now Paul Tassi is not having a great experience at his house. It could be for a variety of different things. He could perhaps be extremely far away from the data center that he is streaming off of. But I did want to point that out. So, to really summarize what he's talking about in this article, he's saying that the lag is bad. He's saying that when it comes to particular games like Destiny, Mortal Kombat, Tomb Raider, he did mention that he fell off ledges in Tomb Raider because of the lag. He did mention that he was killed in Destiny 2, which is pretty hard because of the lag in Tomb Raider. He said he lost a lot of fights in Mortal Kombat that he normally would have won, but the lag was so bad. It's looking bad for Stadia, man. But I do want to point out that he was on a wireless signal. He wasn't hard connected. And he was streaming 4K. So that could have had a lot to do with what was going on. If you guys want to see it for yourself and read his words word for word, obviously, I'm not reading his entire article. That would take way too long. I'll put it in the description below. You can go down there, show my boy Paul Tassi some support. He's a great writer over there at Forbes. And go ahead and check that out. Another thing I wanted to point out is it looks like the numbers and how much these games are going to be charged are actually up on Stadia now. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So what's up on the screen right now is the Stadia launch games prices. So we're going to go over this a little bit, and I'm going to tell you exactly the crazy stuff on this list. Let's go. So we got Assassin's Creed Odyssey at $59.99. Now, obviously, if you're a Stadia Pro deal, as you can see on the screen, you get a 30%, which is half off. You can get it for $30. Why this game is still $60 is beyond me. You have a game named Guilt. I have no clue what that is, and I probably butchered the pronunciation, but we're going to move on. Then you got Just Dance 2020, which is $49.99. Obviously, these games have been around for a while. Then you have Ken for $19.99. You have Mortal Kombat 11, which is $59.99, but if you're a pro member, you can get it for $41.99. Why didn't Google strike some type of deal with these places and at least get it a little bit cheaper than their competitors, since you're streaming it and only able to stream it? It's like I said, options are the best for everyone. Then you got Red Dead Redemption 2 Launch Edition for $59.99. Samurai Showdown for $59.99, Thumper for $19.99, which that's actually a good game. Shadow of the Tomb Raider for $59.99. Wow, Google, you couldn't even get Shadow of the Tomb Raider a little cheaper. We're going to keep moving on. Then we have Rise of the Tomb Raider for $29.99. Keep in mind that's a very, very old game. Then we got Tomb Raider from 2013, which is apparently $10 on the Stadia Pro deal, which I feel like that and Final Fantasy, they should have really pushed to, give those games for free to their Founder Edition. But I digress. So apparently, special editions. So you have the Ultimate Editions, what they sell right now on the Xbox, the PlayStation, Steam. You have Assassin's Creed Odyssey Stadia Ultimate Edition for $120 or $60 for a pro deal. That's not too bad, to be honest with you. Then you have Mortal Kombat 11 Premium Edition for $62.99 or $89.99 if you are not a pro member. Then you got the Red Dead 2 Special Edition and Red Dead 2 Ultimate Edition for $79.99 and $99.99. That's all. That is literally every game that is on the service to this point. Obviously, they're going to add more games to it, but I just want everyone to let that sink in a little bit. This is all the games in this service. Is it the most horrible list at all? No, it's got some decent games on there. It's got Red Dead 2. It's got Assassin's Creed. You know, it's got Mortal Kombat 11. So it's got a variety of different diversity in terms of genre. But what I do want to point out is you got stuff like Thumper. Thumper. There's only a couple games on here that I really feel like they couldn't have got as part of, like, you know, for a certain amount of time. If you're part of this program, you can just download and play these games. The only ones I can see that's really probably be an issue is Odyssey and Red Dead 2. I think that was extremely important to make sure that your consumers that are supporting your founding edition, that, let me add, some people, even if they pre-ordered this thing, they're not even getting it on time. So right there is bad. They've had bad publicity with this for the entire time. And it doesn't really surprise me at all. And, you know, Paul Tassie's not the only person that gave negative reviews in terms of Stadia. There's a few more. There's some positive reviews. I know IGN had an okay time with it, but I've seen some real spooky stuff on Twitter in terms of lag. I think that this is definitely a horrible launch. Google will probably fix this up. I don't know how long it's going to take, but a lot of the times the launch is enough to derail the entire experience going forward. But, you know, there's Google Stadia. There's the launch of it. I was never, ever going to get this service because I'm not really a huge, you know, streaming kind of person anyway. xCloud's a little bit more because I can use a lot of the games and it's got Game Pass. But that, I digress with that. I don't even know if I'm going to mess with xCloud. So anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comment section. Do you think this is something that you might try? I'm kind of curious what you guys have to say down there. All the people that actually have the Founders Edition, put in the comment section if you get this on time. I know I've seen a lot of people on Twitter, it was delayed and they were having to wait sometimes up to like 3 days. But anyway, it's like I said, put that in the comment section below if you had to wait for your Founders Edition. Or maybe you got it on time. Maybe it's just a small group of people that didn't get it on time. I guess, you know, we just got to wait for the future, see exactly where Stadia goes, and see how Google reacts to this negative feedback that they're getting, which is a lot. But anyway, you know, thank you guys for coming through. And like a little small announcement, I'm going to be trying my hardest, you guys, to make videos every Tuesday and every Friday for here going forward. I'm hoping to extend that, maybe go 3 days a week. But right now, every Tuesdays, every Fridays, this probably will go up a little earlier than Tuesday because the news just hit. But anyway, I'm out of here. Peace.